guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for being here, and I really do appreciate your time. I wanted to very quickly jump on here and give my opinion on why maybe I think people in the different Black women collective YouTube spaces are talking about or at least implying that dark-skinned Black women are leaving dark-skinned Black women spaces on YouTube. I have a mask on my face. Listen, I'm just here to talk to y'all. I'm not trying to project as any perfect person. So if this bothers you, okay. If not, great, you can just listen to what I have to say. So I'm gonna be talking about this while I'm taking my hair down. This is how I preserve my wash and go at night. But yeah, so I wanted to talk about why this is possibly happening, or at least why people are saying they think it is happening. Let me take my ring off. I think that there are, if there is, I don't know if there really is or not, or if people are just saying that, you know, a lot of times in comment sections, people tend to be hyperbolic on purpose. So I don't know if it's happening truly or not, but it's a possibility that the reason that it seems to be that dark-skinned women are leaving dark-skinned Black women spaces on YouTube is because I think sometimes a lot of the content is repetitive in the sense that, oh, let's discuss how, you know, my life has been terrible, how I've suffered due to my skin tone, all the different discrimination that I face due to my skin tone. And I think that can be a bit discouraging after a while. Like, I think when we first started seeing channels about dark skin experiences, I mean, sharing their experiences as a dark skinned Black woman, and them talking about, you know, giving story times and breaking down certain aspects of what colorism causes or what colorism is, defining it. I think at one point that was very necessary, especially online, but maybe now not so much, because, you know, there's so many different spaces where we can have this discourse with each other in community and outside of community. So I think that maybe now, I don't know, it's not as needed. I know for me, when I first started coming into these spaces and watching videos and really enjoying just the fresh takes, people being honest about what they experience with colorism, labeling it colorism, and just being very honest about what they experience, because for a lot of dark-skinned Black women or brown-skinned Black women, people over the years have told us that when we discuss discrimination from the isms, that we're making it up and that that's not real, and oh, nobody ever did that to you. And so it was nice to be in a space where people were being honest. And I just think maybe the conversations are shifting, because that doesn't encompass the whole experience of being dark skinned, right? So you will have colorist people, yes, they exist. You will have straight up racist people, yes, they exist. But there's other aspects and things that you experience as a dark-skinned Black woman or as a brown-skinned Black woman that don't just encompass doom and gloom and sadness and rejection and low self-esteem. There's so many other experiences that dark-skinned Black women have and brown-skinned Black women have. And I would rather it be a mix, you know, or yeah, like a mix. Is it possible that we can talk about both, right? And what I've started to realize is not only do we not really hear people talking about both, you know, those moments where you are the apple of someone's eye, or where your skin tone is exotified, or your features, or when you find someone who is particularly attracted to you because you're dark skin or you're brown skin, right? I just feel like a lot of the spaces are basically either let's talk about how sad and terrible our lives are, or let's talk about dating white men. Let's talk about how to get back at all the black men for making us feel like shit, and let's discuss level up and femininity dating advice for how to get back at black men. And I just think overall that maybe is not as appealing to as many dark-skinned black women or brown-skinned black women as maybe it once was, or I don't know. Like I was saying, there's so much more involved in the experiences of being dark-skinned and being brown-skinned. And I just, I don't know. I haven't unsubscribed from anyone. I still watch those content creators who started off mainly talking about what dark-skinned women experience. And I know for sure, Chrissy in particular, she did try to shift her channel from talking about bad experiences only to sharing about corrective promotion. I know she talks about that all the time. She had a magazine and everything. And it just seemed like, I don't know, maybe she didn't get the reception to encourage her to keep going. I know in particular, black people, and maybe people in general, but black people in particular, we don't like positivity. We are drawn to hate and anger and pain, right? So when people are trying to have a positive take or talk about positive things, it's more than likely that they're not going to get the same response. Like, I mean, in terms of like monetarily, that would encourage them to keep going. So I think that's what happened. I think maybe she tried to do that. She tried to keep her channel away from just talking about bad experiences and to promote particularly non-ambiguous dark-skinned black women, but black women with dark skin in particular. And I just think maybe because, like I said, people are not really interested in positivity. That's probably why she was not motivated to keep that going financially and otherwise. So I don't know. I just feel like maybe that could be a part of what's happening. This is how it turned out. If people are claiming that this is really happening and people are saying that this is really going on, I can't say for sure it is or isn't. But I'm thinking that maybe that could be why. That could have something to do with it. And yeah, I mean, I get it, but I don't think there's anything wrong with dark-skinned black women who are especially, because like as like we get older, we have women who maybe 10 years ago they needed that content, but now where they are, they don't need that type of content. But there's always women who need that content. There's always women who I understand need to just hear, yes, what you experience as a dark-skinned black woman is real. The colorism that you experience is a real thing. No, it's not normal. No, you don't have to, it's not all in your head. Like, that may be still, that content is still important to somebody, even if it's not important to me or women like me who are in their 30s, who have gone, who really have a comprehensive understanding of colorism and know that many of the problems that people have with my skin tone aren't on me and aren't my problem. But if you're still in that space where you need to hear somebody say it and talk about it, I get that. So I'm not saying these spaces that particularly focus on the negatives of dark skin need to go away, or that they don't have relevance, or that they don't deserve to be a part of the spaces on YouTube. I just think that that's maybe, if it's happening, why you see less dark-skinned women making that type of content, because monetarily wise, it's no longer lucrative because the viewership is not really there anymore. And you see brown-skinned women and dark-skinned women moving to other types of spaces, particularly the luxury dating coach spaces, the exotical spaces, because they find that they're hearing content that is uplifting or that makes them feel pretty or acknowledges that they're pretty. And I get that. That's how I am. I don't want to just sit here and all day listen to the mean light-skinned girl this and oh, the dusty black man. That I don't want to hear that all day. I don't. My experiences, like I said, I have experienced colorism. I have experienced discrimination, but I have also experienced being exotified and being someone's favorite phenotype and being extremely attractive and being lusted over and desired and sought after by men of all races and socioeconomic statuses. So I that kind of doom and gloom content doesn't appeal to me. And also, my blackness is not tied to how much I've suffered or how much I've experienced pain. I don't connect the two. I don't look at sharing how much pain and discrimination I've gone through as a badge of honor. No, I can share those experiences with you, and I can admit that they happen to other black women, but can we sometimes talk about, you know, how black women get treated in other spaces where we are desirable, we are what people want? Can we talk about how our beauty and our aesthetics are copied by literally everyone? White women are literally all over TikTok injecting their lips and getting, like, at some point, I don't know. At some point, like I said, I think audiences move on or migrate depending on where they are in their life, literally within the year that the content is being produced. But like I said, it's probably content that's needed by someone who is just starting their journey and accepting and embracing their skin tone. So yeah, that's all I have to say on this topic. I'm getting ready to go wash my face. But yes, thank you so much for watching or listening. Please make sure you are subscribed before you go. And yeah, that's all I have to say. Take care.